A review of a budget novelty from Samsung Galaxy A05. This is version 4.64. Light green color. Model of the smartphone A055F. The most budget smartphone from Samsung. Which, as I understand, will be sold. Will not be cheaper. That is, such a popular budget smartphone from Samsung. Thin box. Hints that there will be no charger. Let's look at the package. The cost of this smartphone is about $150 or 5,200 UAH at the moment. The smartphone has just come out. Just started selling. And let's look at the package. Here is the Samsung envelope. In it we will find Type-C to Type-C cable, documentation, and that's all. There is nothing else. Next is the smartphone itself. Such a green color. It will also be available in black. And some other. I have such a green. Probably the brightest. It seems that white is still available. And here is only a SIM slot clip. In general, such a package. Already which remains fashionable. All just a cable. In the package. And that's all, there will be nothing else. This is already the case with all Samsung. In some Xiaomi. And many other manufacturers. All copy Apple. They are the first to do it. And even in budget Samsung. The appearance is not bad enough. I like the appearance of this smartphone. Probably Samsung. Of budget smartphones, they are the most interesting in design. We have a rectangular shape. Rectangles on the screen. And on the back cover. The smartphone feels nice. Body materials. As for a budget smartphone, high quality enough. On the left we have a slot. Type-C port, speaker, microphone. And headphone port. On the left is the volume button. The power button is normal. The smartphone does not have a fingerprint scanner. It is not in the screen. It is not in the power button. And it is not in the back. As it was with old smartphones. In terms of biometrics, we have only face unlock. On top is an additional microphone. Let's open this slot. Let's see. Let's open the slot. I found the key. The slot is full. 4 2x nano SIM cards. And a micro SD card. For memory expansion. Close good so far, we have a good design. And high quality assembly. Samsung, they are a little more expensive. Other manufacturers, they are a little worse in characteristics. But this is as a certain standard. We buy here relatively good quality. Compared to other budget smartphones. Good materials. Good design. Good firmware. And good assembly. I wanted to turn off the smartphone. Face unlock does not match. Matches face unlock works slower. On the back. On the front. On the back. Face unlock works slower. Much slower. For some more expensive smartphones. Like the iPhone. It is expected. It will not work perfectly. It registers very quickly. And often does not work properly. But it's okay. You can enter the code.
Ввести код.
Information about the phone, information about the software, despite the fact that the smartphone is new and already, like some Samsung smartphones, it the 6th One UI firmware, here is still 5.1 and this is the most up-to-date version. Android 13, security, One UI 5, one of the best launchers, everything works smoothly. The display is PLS, not the best, but not the worst. This is something between IPS and TFT matrix. In principle, the color rendering is not bad. The only thing is that if you turn off the black color, it seems to stand out a little. It's not completely black, it's a little grayish. Let's try again. It works, it thinks a little, but it works more or less always. The screen is not the worst, but you can't say that there is a good screen. Also, the screen is on the standard 60 Hz. Let's put a dark theme. If you look at the frame, by the way, the frame of the smartphone, that is, it is a budget phone. And here, inherent in all budget phones from Samsung, is a drop of the camera. The camera is not separate, a little below. Separate camera, a little below, it will go only from the Galaxy A54 and above. In all Galaxy A54 it will be simpler. There will be these drops, which highlight the budget or premiumness of the smartphone. This is the camera block. And large frames, especially at the bottom. We have a large frame, such a chin at the smartphone. Here is black, I think you can see how it stands out. I don't know if it will be noticeable on camera. But here, where the black buttons and the black frame, they are very different. And this should not be. A good matrix, AMOLED, there will be no difference at all. If the screen is black, then as if the whole front part is a screen. There is no difference even from the frame and display. Here, because of the matrix, it is noticeable that black is not quite black. Let's move on to the synthetic tests of Geekbench 6. By technical characteristics, we have Chinese hardware. MediaTek Helio J85 processor. 6+2 processor, 1.8 and 2 GHz. Processor clock frequency. Video accelerator Mali G52MC2. That is, the standard hardware that is found in many smartphones. The most basic, simple hardware. The results of the tests. 1-core multi-core test. Video accelerator. And this is a multi-core video accelerator. Here is a small result on Geekbench 6. And on Antutu benchmark we look. 252,000. That is, such a standard result for a budget smartphone. And I show other characteristics. According to the programs we have. All programs from Samsung. By the way, for some reason S-Health. It is necessary to register through a Samsung account. Then it will be available. Some Samsung programs. They will be available only after adding an account. I did not add a Samsung account here. Only Google Play added an account. Therefore, some programs will work only after adding and creating a Samsung account. And run PUBG Mobile. Let's see how it works. On what schedule? So it starts, it still has to be downloaded, but I didn't download it, well, I'll skip it, you'll see it further, so the folder is loaded and according to the schedule, we have an average level, that's what, in principle, pleases the game works well. A very good drawing works better than expected, so who likes to play toys, who likes to play especially in the folder, then let's look at other options. You can even set such a level less graphics, but better smoothness so we close everything in general. For amateurs to play in the folder it will be great to play on this smartphone well, let's listen to the speakers so. Music without copyright. We listen to the speakers how loud they are. Well, in general, not a particularly high quality sound and not particularly loud, that is, the speakers here are not very good on this smartphone, especially if you need to listen to music loudly there or something else for simpler tasks. In principle, it will be enough for viewing their TikTok or something else good. And on the camera we have the main double camera double 50 plus 2 megapixels. There is portrait shooting photos. Video recording is recorded HD 30 frames full HD 30 frames full HD 60 frames 4K is not recorded in any way. Panorama Pro slow shooting hyperlapse. So here is a photo according to the settings. Here I show in general a timer. The size of the photo zoom is a maximum of 10x zoom. Well, the filters are built in principle, yes, a standard camera. Now I will show you an example of a photo in normal mode. Music in general, summarizing all the pros and cons of this smartphone. That is, the pluses are that of course this is a budget smartphone and its price is that this is Samsung with its very pleasant launcher. It is quite a functional launcher. Yes, it is not perfect One UI. There are some such micro problems that I personally do not like. Some such cosmetic moments that I do not like, but almost everything that I watched in One UI 6, which should soon come out and will come out on this smartphone too, they must be corrected, that is, soon. Everything will be much better here. What I don't even like now in the shell of One UI, but all the same, this is a very high quality shell that will work well on this smartphone. Here is the appearance of the smartphone. I will also note the plus, that it is unusual. It is in the style of all Samsung, in the style of more expensive Samsung, that is. The only thing is that there is no third camera, and here in the back it generally looks like a Galaxy S23, that is, such a branded interesting style. Here are the minuses. This is a please matrix. This is 4GB and 64GB of built-in memory at once, although there is also the possibility of expanding the micro SD card, but still the same Xiaomi. There will most likely be 128, even probably a little cheaper than their competitors Xiaomi or some other Infinix. The same Motorola, there seems to be 6GB of RAM and 128, that is, it will lag a little in terms of characteristics from competitors, but at the same time it takes the quality of the assembly of the appearance and the shell, and also some kind of stability, that is, they work longer than Xiaomi smartphones work on average, or other manufacturers. Samsung live longer on this. All thanks for watching. Bye.